Today on Forbes, the $100 million family-owned Greek restaurant empire taking on Nobu and Carbone. It's lunchtime in Midtown Manhattan, and Estiatorio Milos is bustling. Inside the modern Greek restaurant that opened in 1997, a stone well from Crete, circa 1700, greets guests, and a cascade of whole fish, prawns, and shellfish is displayed on a spotlighted mound of ice. Emerging from the hum of business diners eating grilled octopus is Costas Spiliadis, the 78-year-old founder of this flagship and the restaurant empire behind it. He sits down at a white tablecloth-lined place setting and contemplates the freshest selection of the day. Spiliadis begins to share the story of how he expanded the original Milos in Montreal into an iconic New York seafood restaurant, as well as 10 others spanning from Las Vegas to Dubai. 4 more, including in Palm Beach and Toronto, are nearly open. In Greece, Spiliadis owns a boutique hotel in Athens, as well as 2 yachts available for charter. Those businesses are only the start of how he has been diversifying his luxury hospitality portfolio. Spiliadis' Milos empire, named for the Greek island he often visited, until it became too touristy, is now one of the most powerful family-owned firms in luxury hospitality. The business, 100% owned by Spiliadis and his kin, exceeds $100 million in annual revenue, and, in an era when outside funding is pouring into the industry to replicate popular restaurants around the world, Spiliadis is charting growth on his own terms. Chef Nobu Matsuhisa's 21 U.S. restaurants brought in sales of $190 million in 2023, according to Technomic, a Chicago-based food industry consultancy. New York-based Major Food Group, with more than 50 restaurants worldwide, including Carbone, is estimated to have as much as $500 million in annual sales. Unlike Milos, competitors had to secure big checks to grow into 9-figure businesses. Nobu, for example, has raised an estimated $100 million to expand. Milos is also succeeding as high-end restaurant deals have been heating up. In 2022, the Howard Hughes Corporation acquired a minority stake in Jean-Georges Restaurants for $55 million. In 2023, the billionaire Mark Scheinberg's Mohari acquired the Tao Group in a $550 million leveraged buyout that valued the group of 80 restaurants with $485 million in annual revenue at $822 million. But Spiliadis keeps brushing off investors. He says, quote, "We had a choice of either going the corporate way of growth, where we create a very strong corporate central office, or what I chose instead, the family model of growth, with all the pain that comes with it. Although it may put some limit to the pace of growth, at least you grow with less dangers of losing your identity, losing your character, and losing all you're trying to build." Spiliadis continues, quote, "Using cash flow to build new restaurants is a slower process, but it's more solid. We control the character of our restaurants. That would be my biggest nightmare, to go to one of my restaurants and not recognize my soul there." The odyssey of Milos began 6 decades ago when he left home in Greece and ended up in Montreal. After graduating from Concordia University, he helped open a local radio station and then decided to open a spot where his radio guests could eat or even perform live after coming on air. He took out a $30,000 loan from a local bank in 1979 and became a restaurateur. He had never cooked professionally before, but he knew his mother's recipes. Spiliadis says, quote, "I had nothing. I had no money. I had no experience. I had no knowledge of cooking. All I knew was how I enjoyed food at home. I had to learn how to run a restaurant the hard way in an unforgiving market. It meant dedication. It meant persistence. It meant hard work and learning at the same time." With his first restaurant in Montreal, Spiliadis altered the concept to revolve around the freshest seafood he could secure each day. He recalls, quote, "I didn't feel like Greek restaurants were representing the food and the culinary experience that I grew up with in my family." For full coverage, check out Chloe Sorvino's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.